Indeed, Chuck. Thanks very much. You're going to have a late night there. Hope you have a cot to sleep on at 30 Rock. Here we are now at Independence Mall in the city of brotherly love, where the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution were both written, where the nation was born, a fitting place for a big historic election, perhaps. The Republicans expect to win very big here in Pennsylvania. They expect to win a Senate seat and the governorship from the Democrats. Let's take a look at the candidates for the Senate. On the Democratic side, you have Congressman Joe Sestak, a two-term congressman now, a retired Navy admiral with a distinguished military record. On the other side, Pat Toomey, a former congressman, 3 terms, a businessman, a conservative, a member of the Tea Party, his supporters say, before the Tea Party was even created. Toomey has been leading consistently in all the polls. There's a poll out this morning from Quinnipiac, which gives him about a 5-point lead outside of the margin for error, and that's been pretty consistent through the fall where the polls have been. And if you look inside of that poll, you will see that independents are falling for Toomey, which is another good sign for him. He's been running on a pretty straightforward, simple message of less government, less taxes, and more jobs. Today, both candidates are out making their final arguments. Here's some of what they had to say.
This is about an independent representative for Pennsylvania. So Congressman Toomey, a lobbyist for Wall Street special interest group. Actually, you know, someone who wants to eliminate all taxes, corporations, he's going to be their politician.
If we have the right policies in Washington, then all of those pieces come together in an explosion of growth and new job creation. That's the future that I think awaits us when we get back on the right path.
Back on the right track. That's what Toomey has been saying. Right track, wrong track, where do you want to be? We're joined now by Tom Fitzgerald, who is the political writer for the Philadelphia Inquirer. I have the headline of the newspaper here today, Race to the Wire, is how Tom called it. Remember Tom from the old Hillary Clinton bust back in the 2008? It's a much different time now. I don't sense a lot of excitement here on the Democratic side. Certainly it's not a presidential race with a candidate like Barack Obama. But are the Democrats really going to rally around Joe Sestak?
They're trying awfully hard, and they have to. I mean, they have to really move mountains. They've got to change the composition of the electorate, and they're out with the visits by President Obama and Mrs. Obama tonight. They've got people out in the neighborhoods. It'd be really hard to do, though, especially, well, when they're using fear, as has been seen in other races. Christine O'Donnell down in Delaware really helped them close it.
But it looks, this is what could be your fate.
This could be your fate, the Tea Party, and they're trying to say this guy is just like Sharon Angle, just like Christine O'Donnell. He's out there.
The race has really been nationalized, and that's probably to the detriment of the Democrats. When I was out in West Philly this morning with Joe Sestak, I was also struck by the fact that most people don't know who he is. And he, of course, is not the Democrats' preferred candidate. That was Arlen Specter back in the primary.
Right.
Why is Pat Toomey such a formidable candidate at this point in Pennsylvania?
Well, he actually he meets what people are freaked out about the economy. He is an original supply sider, very hardcore on the deficit and on spending. That's what they want to hear. He's run a very disciplined campaign and has managed to skate away from attempts to point out some of his more right-wing positions, like privatizing Social Security and the like.
Disciplined is a code word for boring to some extent, which is true, which is effective.
He is sort of like your next-door neighbor. He's kind of an anodyne guy. He's very buttoned down, very reasonable.
Right.
He's not going to be wanting to repeal the 17th Amendment or anything.
And on the other side, you have Sestak, who's really a military man. When he was out in the neighborhoods, he was actually saluting people as he was leaving their doorsteps. So the point is, you've had a very, very low-key race here amongst the candidates, but a lot is at stake. This is a state that the Democrats have a 1.2 million voter registration edge. Obama won by 10 points. They should be way out in front, shouldn't they?
It would seem so, but there's just not that excitement level at this point. And they need to take advantage, bump up the Democratic turnout here in the city especially, to get some of that 1.2 million on their side.
Well, we'll see.
It'd be very difficult.
And they're bringing Michelle Obama in tonight to the University of Pennsylvania, just up the road, a distinguished university that I know a little bit about, I should add. My alma mater, I have to throw that in. We're now going to go up to Alaska to my colleague Kristen Welker, who's covering that crazy three-way race.